Hi, my name is Karina Lazama, and this is my comparative lab project. And today I will be talking about digestive systems between the phylum Platyhelminthes, Nematoda, and Arthropoda. So, to begin, what is a digestive system? A digestive system is used to gather and break down nutrients for organisms. So, it starts with taking in those nutrients, breaking it down, and then absorbing those nutrients and excreting whatever waste was not used. These nutrients can be used as energy or even for cell reparation. Digestive systems can be both complex and simple, and here are just some examples of digestive systems that I will be talking about today. And even just by looking at them, you can tell that some are more complex than others. Alrighty, so the first phylum that I'll be talking about is the Platyhelminthes, or the flatworms. Flatworms are found in fresh water. They're carnivorous, but can also be parasitic. They have an incomplete digestive tract, which means that they only have one opening, which is down here, right here. And this opening is used to both intake food and to also excrete waste, for the organism. They're carnivorous, so they do eat algae or decomposing organisms. So the way that their digestive system works is that they bring in food through this mouth, bring it down to the pharynx where it's broken down with an enzyme, and whatever isn't broken down with that enzyme is spit back out through that mouth or through that opening and is excreted as waste. But what is broken down is taken through this pharynx and down to the intestine. And we can see that this intestine is branch-like, and that is because the Platyhelminthes take these nutrients and they transport them all throughout their body rather than bringing it through a single intestine and a stomach where it then is absorbed. And this is called an extracellular digestive tract because they are doing all of the breaking down right up here with the pharynx in the mouth. Alrighty, and then next we will be talking about if I can get out of this. Next we'll be talking about the phylum Nematoda, or roundworms. Now they look very similar to the Platyhelminthes, but they are very different, and it was really interesting to learn more about that. So nematodes are found in soil, freshwater, and marine environments, so they are found in almost every environment on Earth. Unlike Platyhelminthes, these have a complete digestive system, which means that they have a mouth that leads to their intestines, and then which leads down to their anus. Almost all nematodes are parasites, so they are carnivorous, and they latch onto other organisms, which they use to get their nutrients. They have a three-part digestive system, which would be broken down with the mouth right here down to the pharynx, and then from the intestine, starting right here from the pharynx, down to the anus, and then the anus is its own little part right here to excrete all of that waste. So, nematodes bring in their nutrients from the mouth, bring it down to the pharynx. Well, they have a crop right here, which is used to grind their food, then brought down to the pharynx where it is further digested, down in the pharynx and the stomach, and from the pharynx and the stomach it goes down to the intestines and makes its way all the way down to the anus to be excreted. And then my next phylum would be the phylum Arthropoda. Arthropoda are crawfish in this instance. They are found in freshwater. They are omnivores, so they eat both animals and plants. crawfish are very opportunistic feeders, so they kind of grab onto whatever they can, and that's what they eat. So they eat a lot of decomposing animals. They have a complete digestive system, so again, meaning that they have that mouth and anus opening, so they have 2 openings, or I should say 1 opening and 1 exit. They have, again, also a 3-part digestive system, which goes from the mouth to the esophagus over here, and then the stomach and the intestines, and then the anus. Although the arthropods' digestive system can be broken up into 3 pieces, it consists of a lot more parts. So it goes from the mouth to the esophagus, and then the gastric mill and the cardiac stomach, which break down that food that they bring in. And then it goes to the to another stomach, to the pyloric stomach, which brings down the food to the intestine, where it is digested. And then whatever isn't digested in the intestines will be brought down through the anus and excreted as waste. Alrighty, so here I am at my compare and contrast. So some similarities I found were that nematodes and arthropods have a complete digestive system, or a complete digestive tract, which means that they have 2 openings, 1 for their mouth, so intaking food, and 1 as an anus, where they excrete their waste, whereas the phylum Platyhelminthes only has 1 opening, meaning that has an incomplete digestive tract, so they use that 1 opening for both intake and outtake. I also found as a similarity that my Platyhelminthes and nematodes have a simple digestive tract, so theirs is very small. Although not the simplest, they are very simple in my project. And my arthropods have a more complex digestive system, so they have to go through more parts than the other 2. I also found that both my nematode and arthropods use a grinding structure to break down their food, whereas my Platyhelminthes used an enzyme to break down their food into a mush-like consistency, so that it's easier for those nutrients to go through the body. So here, just super quick, I have my evolutionary history, which shows that my Platyhelminthes and annelids are more closely related to each other than they are to arthropods. Although they're more closely related, it doesn't mean they are completely the same, because we can see here that they are related to other phylum like the mollusks. It just means that in some way they were related by a common ancestor, but because they have lived in different environments, they have evolved their own way of living that makes it easy for them. And then here I have my works cited, and this concludes my comparative biology lab project for this semester. Thank you.